Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's get started. Now I had to go and cut out my basic bodies first. For this tutorial, you need the upper part, your basic bodies. Okay, so you go ahead and cut it. I already cut out lining for my room. This is the front, okay, and this is the back with 1 inch seam allowance for zipper. Okay, 1 inch zip allowance, right? So we all know how to cut the basic bodies. If you don't, I'll drop a link on the video in the description box, okay, on the video on how you can cut the basic bodies. Now for the dress length I'm working with a dress length of 32 inches and a half length of 14 inches. Okay, so you can see from here, let me take out the back. So from the shoulder to the half length I have 14 and a half. All right, you can see that 14 and a half, and that's half inches to join these upper bodies to the lower part. Then 14 inches is my half length. And like I said, I'm working with a dress length of 32 inches. So 32 minus 14 gives us 18 inches. So I'm using 18 inches for the length of the lower body. So we take this aside so we can concentrate on the lower bodies. Okay. So for that, I have my lining. So we're working on the lining for the lower bodies. Okay, we're working on the lining. Right, so now you're going to determine the length of the lining. Remember, we're working with 18 inches as the length of the lower bodice. Okay, so the length of my lining is 18 inches, as you can see. So this is the length of my lining. Okay, now the width. Okay, so the width for the width you need your hip circumference. So the hip I'm working with is 29.5. So let me just call that 30 inches. Okay, so we're going to divide the hip by 4. All right, so that gives me 7.5. Okay, 7.5. Now because remember we're using the hip because that's the widest circumference, and if we don't want to have it tight, okay, so we're not using the hip measurement for this. Now because we're not going to have it firmly on the hip, like you can see it's a ruffle skirt, so ruffles give freedom around the hip. There has to be freedom around the hip. It's not going to be exactly your hip measurement, so I'm going to add 5 inches, okay, to this. So 7.5 plus 5 inches, that gives me 12.5. All right, so 12.5. 12.5. All right, so now we need to cut for the front and the back. We're cutting it together for both the front and the back. So we're going to multiply this 12.5 by 4. Okay, remember we cut on fold. So the first fold is for the front, the second fold is for the back. So the first fold is 2, second fold is 2 for the back. That's 4. Okay, so that's why I'm multiplying by 4. So 12.5 times 4 gives us 50 inches. Okay, so the entire length of this fabric will be 50 inches. Okay, on fold we should have 25 inches. So I'm going to measure that 25. So you can see I have 25 at the edge of the fabric. Okay, so I'm going to measure 25. Now I'll make the mark at 25 inches. Now we're going to need zip allowance at the back. Okay, so we need a zip allowance of around 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch zip allowance. So I'm just going to make a mark at 1 inch here. Done, you can connect. Okay, so then trim off the excess. So I'll just trim that off. Right, so this is what we have. Remember the length is 18 inches, which is the length of what we want. Now, so the next thing will be to start checking where to place your ruffles. Now remember the length of our lower part is 18 inches, so we're going to divide 18 by 3. The reason is because we're going to have 3 ruffles, 3 layers. Okay, so we need 3 layers, 3 layers. Okay, I'm working with 18, so we're going to do 18 divided by 3. All right, and that gives us 6 inches. Right, so it means the length of each layer is supposed to be 6 inches. Now on that 6 inches we are going to need 1 inch allowance to hem the bottom. Okay, so I've already cut out mine, so I'm going to use it to illustrate and show you. So from this, remember we have 6 inches. Remember we have 6 inches. Okay, so let me keep this. From that 6 inches we're going to need 1 inch to hem the bottom. Okay, like so you're going to hem the bottom of this part. So 1 inch that plus the 6 inches, that's 7 inches. Okay, now we're going to need ½ inch at this upper part to sew this to this. Okay, that is 7 and half. All right. Now, apart from that, we're going to need overlapping allowance. Now, what I mean by that is that each layer is supposed to overlap the other layer. So I'm going to use this little fabric here to illustrate that. Okay, so you need overlapping allowance, and that is 2 inches. So remember, we have 6 inches first, plus 1 inch to hem the bottom, that's 7 inches, plus half inch to attach the to the ruffles, that's 7.5. Then we're going to need 2 inches overlapping allowance, that's 9.5. Okay, so that is what I have here on the fabric. Okay, I have around 9.5. Okay, now the width of this, okay, the entire width of what you're going to cut out is going to be this measurement. Okay, this lining piece, remember it is 50 inches. Okay, so 50 times 2.5, depending on how you want it. If you want the ruffles to be so much, 50 times 3, that will be 150. So that will be what you cut out. You cut out 152. Remember, you need 1 inch on both sides for zip allowance, so that's the extra 2 inches. So if you want to do by 2.5, 50 times 2.5 will give us 125. So that will be the width, the entire length of what we have. So I'm working with around 2.5 yards, and that's just what I have. So I will make do with what I have. Thank God it is for a child. Okay, so that's that. Now the next thing, we figured out the length of our ruffles. Okay, so remember I said we need to have overlapping allowance. I hope you've gotten that. So we have, remember, 18 divided by 3 gives us 6 inches. So this is 6 inches, okay, for the first ruffle. So I'm going to connect that. So this is 6 inches for the first ruffle. Now for the second ruffle. Now another thing came up. You may not really need this. Now I want to talk on the length of the lining. Now you know that you don't want the lining and the fabric and the dress, the main fabric, to be the same thing. So I'm going to trim off 2 inches from this lining. Okay, we need to trim off 2 inches from the lining because the line is not supposed to be poking out from under the dress. Originally, I'm supposed to do as much as 3 inches, but remember that we need the extra 1 inch to hem the bottom of the lining. So that's I'm just taking out 2 inches. All right, so I'll take it out. All right, so this is now what we have. Okay, so you need to make sure that before you trim off, the upper part is properly aligned so you don't have issues. I'll trim that off later. All right, so now this is what we have. So you can see that these 6 inches may not really work. So we're going to now work with the length we have here. So we have just call it 16. We have 16 inches. Okay, you can see that. So we're going to spread these ruffles along the 16 inches. So 16 divided by 3. We have three ruffles or 3 layers. Okay, so 16 divided by 3 gives us 5.3. Okay, gives us 5.3. So I'm not going to be making my ruffles at 5 inches. So this is 5. Okay, and this is another 5. Right, so I'm going to get one ruffle and show you what it looks like. So now for this, you're going to use your gather's foot to gather on it. I'll show you how to do that. Now, so let's just say that I place the first one, okay, here. So this is why I need overlapping allowance. It needs to overlap what I have measured. Remember, I'll still fold this in. Okay. So at this point, so this is the first one. This is here. So I'll stitch this down here. Now the second one would come in. So this would be where I'll place the second one. You can see that this overlaps this. So that when it moves around, you're not just seeing the lining. Okay, so this overlaps this. Now to place the last one, okay, the last one, the length is not the same with these other ones. So for you to place the last one, you need to measure 18.5. Okay, remember 18.5. We're going to need ½ inch to attach this to the upper bodice. Okay, we're going to need ½ inch to attach this to the upper bodice. So on my cutting table, I'm just going to measure out 18.5. like so, 18 and a half. I'm marking that on the table, not on the fabric. So this is 18 and a half here. So that would be where this would stop. Now remember, I will need to fold in 1 inch here. Okay, I need to fold in 1 inch at the bottom. So I've already marked out my 1 inch, so I'll fold it in like so and place it here so that I have my exact length that I need. You also see that I have overlapping allowance. So I place it here, then mark. So this is what will give me where to fix in the last ruffle. So you can see what we have. By the time we go and gather this up and fix it, you're going to see what we have. So now this has given me where to mark the next ruffle. So I would go and extend it. So we're no longer using this. We're using this. I had to mark on this so that it would show us clearly what we are doing. Okay. The first one is around 5 inches. This did not go well. Around 5 inches. So I'll make sure I mark it very well. Okay. First one is around 5 inches. The next one is around 6 inches. So that's just it. All right. So that's how you go about cutting your ruffles. All right. So I've worked on the upper body. Okay. I've sewn in my dart. Sewn the dart for the back. I'm trying with lining. So taking the body measurement, you can see clean up my shoulder. So this is the upper body, right? So that's right. For the ruffles, I've sewn in my ruffles. So you can see the way I placed it while sewing. Okay. So I hemmed, excuse me, the bottom of my lining. Okay. Now what I did was now to turn the fabric upside down. Okay. Let the upper part face, let the selvage, okay, not the part that you hem, let the selvage face the down part of your lining. Then you go and gather it all around. So at this point, you can even do a pleat. You can decide to pleat it all around, gather it all around, whatever you decide to do. That's fine. So the essence is to cover up your stitches, okay, so that it's not showing. You can go ahead and overlock yours before you attach it. So this is the first one. Right. For the second one, I did exactly the same thing. Okay, so face the let the right side of the ankara, the fabric, face the right side of the lining. Then you make sure that the selvage points towards the lower part or the hemline. Then you go ahead and gather it all around, gather your ruffles to the lining. Now the next part would be the upper part. Now remember that we are attaching this. Okay, this is what we have. This is what we have. This is what it looks like. All right, so remember that we are going to be attaching this to an upper bodice, okay, and the waist of this upper bodice is 25.5 inches. So there's no way this would fit. You need to go and gather this. So as you can see, I have sewn my gather stitch on the upper part of this lining. So what I will do now would be to just moving around. Are you COVID? All right, so I'll just go ahead and gather this to 25.5, making sure you can see that from here I left around 1 inch for my zip allowance. Even the same thing to this other side. When I was making my stitch, you can see for this other side, I didn't start exactly from the end. I left at least 1 inch for my zip allowance. Okay, so I'll just go and pull on my thread. Now, when you're making your gather stitch, the thread you want to pull on is the thread from the short, so from your bobbin. Okay, from the bobbin case, you don't pull from the part on the needle. So what I did was I made my stitches, I sewed on the right side, making that means that the thread from my bobbin is on the wrong side. So that's the part I am pulling. You don't just pick any thread and pull. Pull the one from the bobbin. That would be what will give you your ruffles or your gathers in such a way that your thread will not be cutting along the way. So if you've been gathering from the needle side and having issues with your thread cutting, this is the reason why. So you can see I'm gathering. So I'll go ahead and go off camera and gather this exactly to my waist measurement. Okay. Then for the last layer of the ruffle, this is what it looks like. I have gone ahead of camera to also gather it to 25.5 inches, which is the exact waist length of the person that is wearing this dress. Okay, so I can even measure it for you to see. So remember, I have my seam allowance. I use needle and thread to do the gathers of this one. So this is my zip allowance of 1 inch. So from here, I have at least, excuse me, my 25 inches before you will now see my 1 inch zip allowance. Alright, so when I'm done gathering this, when I'm done gathering the lining, this upper part, when I'm done gathering it to the exact waist measurement, I'm going to get the last layer of ruffle and stitch it on top of it this way. Okay, so it's not like the other ones where I had to bend it. Here you just stitch it exactly on this upper part. Okay, so when you gather, when you're done, you go and stitch it on top of it like this, then fix it to the upper part. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull this together, okay, then notch on the midpoint, also notch on the midpoint of this, sew it all around, okay, then you go ahead and fix in your zipper and your sleeve. So I'll go do all of this, come back and show you what we have. Can you stand at a place? Or you turn your back, let's see. Okay, you can turn again. Remove your hands down so we can see how beautiful your dress is. Oh, yeah. It's a nice try. I'm nothing like an A, and look to the A, and look at things. I don't feel the sunset, and if I don't say, and the kisses for say, and the cat doesn't say, and the feeling of the show, I feel the kitty and the in my head. I'm gonna take a selfie with a later. Thanks. Well, give me